I need to set a support hand before I set my adjusting hand. In order to get as much surface area as possible so that his head isn't pushed off center line, I'm gonna bring his head over so that I can get a broad contact here. For this side of the room, broad contact. We're gonna say T to T and P to P. Okay, it's a general reference. And that is your thumb to temple and your pinky towards the external occipital protuberance, EOP, okay? And as you do that, that's gonna just basically make your hand as wide as possible so that whatever force I put in from this side, his head's not gonna move off center line. If I get behind that, I have a tendency to induce rotation in there, okay? Makes sense? So all I'm doing is whatever force I put in, it's gonna prevent his head from moving off center line. Got it? So the first step is T to T and P to P, right? So whenever you hear us say that, all I want you to think of is make your hand as broad as possible. The other point to that is we're gonna take our middle finger, chiropractic index finger, and we're gonna set it on the segment that we want to adjust. On the stabilizing hand, support hand, okay? Why? Because we're marking the fulcrum. So I'm not gonna leave my hand up high like this and then adjust C7, because what's gonna happen is you're gonna move whatever's easiest to move. You're not gonna adjust the area you need to adjust. So for this side, if I do that and I go down to C7, it's just gonna rip through the whole spine.
Yeah, just feel it through the whole spine.
Yeah.
Right there.
So we wanna be really, really specific. So we will mark the segment we wanna adjust with the chiropractic index finger. And I place it right along the transverse, okay? So for example, if I come over here, I go T to T, P to P, let's say I'm gonna adjust C5, I set it right there, okay? If you need to go lower, it doesn't matter if the thumb comes off the temple or you go below the external occipital protuberance. It's just a general guide to set you. You could go lower, that's fine. What's important is that your hands are wide and you're blocking the spine so his head isn't pushed off center line. Got it? Okay, so that's step one, T to T, P to P.
Hey, my name's Sheena. I think the favorite part about Syntropy for me was that I feel like I learned more here in 3 days than I ever did in university in 5 years. And I feel like I've finally started to fall in love with chiropractic.